Good evening, new students and families. Welcome. Welcome to William & Mary. We're so pleased that you've chosen to make our university your university. Whether you're joining us here in Williamsburg or from your couch at home, there's so much that we have to discover and explore together. Tonight and throughout the course of orientation, you will hear two words frequently: welcome and community. Over the course of orientation, we'll explore what it means to be a member of the William & Mary community through presentations developed and presented by William & Mary faculty, staff, and student leaders. Tonight, we're focusing on the welcome.
Hello, my name is Tim Wolf, and I'm the Dean of Admission at William & Mary. This is an exciting week, and we are thrilled to welcome you to our community. As a member of the admission committee that selected this class, I feel I have the authority to make two simple but bold statements. First, you belong here. And second, William & Mary is a better place with you part of our community. Now, I have the responsibility to do a roll call of all of our new and entering students by program or residence hall. I'm going to ask my OAs to help out, and as I call off each program or residence hall, please show some excitement and make some noise to welcome our new students. All right, let's get this started with the first group. Can I hear it for the transfers and more?
1, we are the transfers.
2, a little bit louder.
3, and don't forget the more.
Let's hear it for Brown, Hunt, Reeves, Tolliver, Lemon, and commuters. All right, now all of Nicholson, Dinwiddie, Fauquier, Spotswood, and Gooch, the Botetourt complex. And now Yates, Monroe, and Cam Hall.
It's fun to stay at the YMCA! It's fun to stay at the YMCA!
Green and Gold Village with Eagle, Griffin, and Lion.
Who are we? GGV! Who are we? GGV!
And our remote learners.
What staff's the GOAT?
It's remote.
The class of 2024 new transfer students are accounted for. Welcome to William & Mary.
Hello, William & Mary. I'm Ginger Ambler, Vice President for Student Affairs, and I am thrilled to be welcoming you today. How I wish I could see your smiling faces all together here on campus. I know that day will eventually come, so wherever you are now, watching with hallmates, sitting in your dorm room, or in the living room with family, I welcome you home to William & Mary. Like many of you, I expect, I'm a passionate fan of the musical Hamilton, and I could not have been more excited about this summer's Disney Plus debut of the original cast performance. Each year as I prepare to welcome new students, I hear in my head the voice of Eliza Schuyler, whose lines early in the show radiate a call to look around at how lucky we are to be alive right now. This year, as we can't just easily look around and see one another, I'm thinking as much, if not more, about the next lines of Eliza's song. History is happening, and we just happen to be in the greatest city in the world. History is indeed happening, and here we are each an active part of it. As we make our way together through these unprecedented times, you will be exploring with your faculty and with one another your place and your purpose, both in this historical moment and in your life's moments that have yet to unfold. That is exciting. Students, we chose you because we believe in you. Every one of you has the ability to do something special with your life, and you have something extraordinary to give to this community. I hope you are here because you believe this is a community that will challenge and delight you, one that will help you construct your life in a meaningful way, one that will help you to discover and to become the kind of person you want to be. Perhaps never before, and maybe never again, will you be surrounded by such rich talent and diverse opportunities in one place. Many years ago, on the eve of his commencement, a student friend of mine reflected, "It's the idea that you can study physics in the morning, practice yoga in the afternoon, and hear an a cappella concert at night. It's the fact that you can look at the person on your right and the person on your left and feel absolutely humbled and probably a little bit jealous of what they do. It's when you realize that they really do change the world." I urge you to seize opportunities as they arise, both opportunities you anticipate now, as well as those that will catch you by surprise. Try something new. Listen to and talk with someone whose perspectives are different from your own. Find ways to serve others. Even though you are exceptionally accomplished young people, I hope you'll also choose to do at least one thing at William & Mary that you have absolutely zero expectation of ever mastering. Find and savor inherent joy. We want each of you to flourish here, and research tells us it's all about relationships. You may be interested to know that your ability to thrive is best predicted by the quality of the relationships you make. Relationships with faculty, with administrators, and especially with one another. It's the faculty member who inspires you to think in novel and more expansive ways. It's the administrator who encourages you as you take on new levels of leadership and responsibility. The friend who listens as you sort through feelings and choices. It's the professor who always has an open door, the alumnus or William & Mary parent who offers you a summer internship, the friend who plays croquet with you in the sunken gardens and who will give meaning to your days. Seek, nurture, and cherish your William & Mary relationships. They matter, both to your success and to your sense of personal well-being. The 1949 edition of the Student Handbook begins with a beautiful quote about traditions at William & Mary, and our sharing that quote with new students on opening day has been a favorite tradition of mine for many years. It says, "The first tradition is the tradition of belonging. You will have the feeling of ownership the moment you enter the college yard, seeing for the first time as a student the quiet dignity of the Wren Building, the tall, majestic trees, the cool sweep of the sunken garden. Who comes here belongs here. Each one of you belongs here, and how very lucky we are to be alive right now. Welcome to William & Mary."
Many people are talking to you today about what this college experience will be for you. And I'm the Dean of Arts and Sciences, and my responsibility is your intellectual development. And I'm always struck by new college students not thinking of themselves as intellectuals. You think of yourself as a student or a friend or a son or daughter. But here at William & Mary, we're thinking of you as a developing thinker. And it is our job to shepherd that intellectual development and to help you reach heights of understanding that you're not even dreaming of right now. The video that all of you watched, Judge Thomas talked about the value of a liberal arts education and what it is that we're training your mind for. He phrased it as you're learning the skills of freedom. And I think it's just a beautiful way to think about this tradition of education. We want you to have a variety of different intellectual approaches. We want you to think across disciplines and using those for the betterment of humankind and to have a life of learning is the best thing that we could do for an education. So welcome. We're so glad you're here.
William & Mary is fortunate to have a number of local community partners that provide students with opportunities to explore themselves and their passions. The City of Williamsburg and the surrounding James City and York counties provide students with opportunities to blend co-curricular and academic learning into a seamless path that help us establish our reputation as global leaders.
Hi there. I'm Doug Pons, Mayor of Williamsburg. On behalf of my fellow council members and the entire city, I want to welcome you to Williamsburg. We are so happy to have you as part of our community. Though we are excited your arrival brings a sense of normalcy to town, we are certainly well aware that your arrival comes at a time that is anything but normal. As a student of the university that is so steeped in tradition, you may feel breaking from the norm is a disappointment or that you're missing out on something. But in unprecedented times, you have the chance to achieve the unprecedented. Look for opportunities to learn differently, engage differently, and have fun differently. The next year may not be what you imagined for your college experience, but it can be rewarding in ways you've never expected. The city has been thoughtful and innovative about its gradual reopening over the past several months. We continue to adjust our approach as we learn more about this virus. We trust that you'll do your part to remain true to the Healthy Together community commitment. I'm joining you in this commitment. Together we'll take this path forward and get through this crisis as safely and healthily as possible. For your well-being and the well-being of others, we want you to practice physical distancing, but we want you to maintain a sense of community. Go out and meet new people, patronize local businesses. Just adhere to the local health guidelines as you do so. Stay engaged with the city, which can mean anything from following us on social media to coming to city council meetings to speak. You can get involved. Volunteer at local nonprofits or help the Neighborhood Relations Committee in its dedication to continual improvement of the relationship between students and their neighbors. The city and William and Mary have a strong, long-standing relationship that is integral to Williamsburg's vibrancy. I encourage you to mirror that excellent relationship as you get to know your neighbors, whether it's your fellow students in the dorm room or the locals who have lived on your new street for decades. If you're unsure how to become more involved in the community, reach out to us by calling 757-220-6100. You could visit our website at williamsburgva.gov, and you can follow us at williamsburggov. I want you to have a great year. Welcome to Williamsburg, and go Tribe.
It should come as no surprise that most William and Mary faculty and staff want time with new students and families. They want to share their experiences. They want to share how they will support you during your adventure here, and they want to tell you how excited they are to have you alongside them in this journey. There's one special person we most certainly would not have a welcome event without, and that's the president of our university, President Catherine Rowe.
New students and families, welcome! Many of you likely started planning for college a year or even several years ago, making lists of choices, researching majors and minors, touring campuses. If you're like me, that feels like another world. Back then, none of us could have imagined that you would launch your college career during a pandemic. For some of you, you may be connecting and learning remotely. Others may be learning and living on campus, a campus that has been transformed to safeguard the health of those who come here. Whatever path is right for you, you belong at William and Mary. We're going to be intentional about how we cultivate that sense of belonging in our community this fall. I'll say more about that in a minute, but first, students and families, I have a few words for each of you. I want to begin with parents and family members. Congratulations! You are the proud mom or dad, sibling, family member to a unique species, a college student. My own children are just out of college now, and I remember that moment vividly. If you're feeling anything like I did, this may be a poignant moment. There's joy in knowing all that your young adult has accomplished, and pride that you have raised an extraordinary human being who is now beginning a new chapter. You're also taking on this unique role at a unique moment. Some may feel the sadness of leaving your student on campus. For others, you may be wondering how you'll make schedules work with your student learning from home. For everyone right now, there is anxiety about what lies ahead. As any parent who has experience with a college student knows, there will be normal ups and downs, and that is going to be true this year, as in any year. And as a parent, those ups and downs can feel agonizing. So families, know that while there will be challenging moments, the William and Mary community will support your beloveds. We are grateful to you for entrusting us with the education of your most precious human, and we take this responsibility seriously. So here's my ask for you. Encourage these new students through the challenges. No one should have to go it alone, especially now. Navigating a pandemic well is not a solo activity. If we've learned anything from the last 6 months, it's that isolation in any form is debilitating to the heart and mind. Our William and Mary team is amazing. Our students, faculty, and staff take care of each other. beginning with my incredible colleagues in student affairs who've worked actually around the clock to create this warm welcome. So there is likely going to be a moment when you get a sad phone call from your college student, missing you, feeling the strangeness of this year. Listen, ask about who that student has reached out to here, and know that there will be a response when that happens. When you are still waiting for a follow-up call the next day, remember that just the act of reaching out to you was a good sign. Odds are good in my experience that when you do reconnect, your young adult will be feeling much better because of that call and because of the advice. Families, you've got this. Now that we've covered that, I do have a serious ask for our new students. Coming in new, you have an opportunity to see things differently. In a year that will be defined by being different, that's a superpower. What we found from your surveys was a real depth of understanding about the care and respect required to build community amid pandemic. William and Mary's shared values of belonging and flourishing, excellence and service take on expanded meaning this year. Our Healthy Together community commitment affirms these values. We will wear masks indoors and out. We will create physical space on a de-densified campus. And we will encourage gatherings in small groups, especially outdoors, to create opportunities for rich, meaningful friendships. So because you're new, and because you are on campus first this year, you have a creative leadership role. My invitation to you is to build the community that you want to see. Right now, you are the ones shaping what William and Mary will be like this fall. You are creating a culture that is literally plugged into community through service and through student organizations, and grounding us in the shared responsibility of the health and wellness of others. Students, you've got this. We are thrilled that you have all joined William and Mary, and we are grateful for the new ideas and experiences that each of you brings this year. Welcome.
Now, class of 2024, incoming transfer, exchange, and joint degree programming host students, keep tonight's words in mind as you enter our orientation program. Consider what your impact on our community may be, how you will leave and make your mark on our institution so it continues to be the alma mater of a nation.
Hark the students' voices swelling, strong and true and clear. Alma mater's love they're telling, bringing far and near. William and Mary, loved of old, hark upon the gale. Hear the thunder of our chorus, Alma Mater hail. God our Father, hear our voices, listen our cry. Bless the college of our fathers, better never die. William and Mary, loved of old, hark upon the gale.